4 blocks in Ang Mo Kio will undergo HDB's Selective On-Block Redevelopment Scheme, or SERS. Under the scheme, more than 600 households will have to move to another flat in 5 years' time. This is the first SERS project announced in nearly 4 years. Rebecca Mateo with this report.
Moving out of their comfort zone to a new place, some 600 households are bracing for this life-changing moment to come in 5 years' time. They'll be moving from blocks 562 to 565 at Ang Mo Kio to the new flats at Ang Mo Kio Drive, just a 15-minute walk away. But their feelings about the move are mixed.
I've stayed here for 5 years. Then to move to a new house with a fresh new lease, I'll take it, man.
我是一点惊讶，然后因为我住这边已经30多年了，我对这边已经有很深的感情。
I'm not very happy. I'm telling all my friends.
这边朋友都在这边啊，空气又好。
But the HDB will make it up to these homeowners. It will employ a private valuer to assess the price of the flat. Homeowners will also get $10,000 removal allowance to defray the cost of moving. Some also stand to get a grant of up to $30,000 and take a housing loan from authorities. All that falls under a selective on-block redevelopment scheme. The scheme is part of efforts to renew older estates and move residents to newer homes. But only a few places will qualify for it. Only 5% of all public flats are suitable for redevelopment under the Selective On-Block scheme, otherwise known as SERS. Some considerations include the redevelopment potential of the land and the availability of the replacement sites. To date, there are more than 41,000 households across some 80 sites that have or will be undergoing the scheme. Officers from the scheme will be around the neighbourhood to answer any concerns residents may have. Another scheme that will come after 2030 is the voluntary on-block scheme, whereby homeowners will get to vote if they want the government to take back their flats before the lease runs out. Authorities have previously said that the deal will be less generous than SERS.
One analyst CNA spoke to says the site chosen to undergo SERS is usually centrally located, with the potential for many different options for reconfiguration.
We did a quick check on the area. It seems like it has a very high, it can build taller to, I think, 36 stories at the maximum. So I think there's still a lot of room for it to be redeveloped into either more newer developments or, newer public housing developments or private housing developments.
And Dr. Lee adds that the value of the new site is likely to match that of affected blocks under the SERS development. That's even though some executive apartments, or EAs, which were converted from 2 adjoining 3-room flats, will not find a like-for-like match when they move. But other factors could make up for that.
Based on the replacement site, the site is probably quite a good site, and then the location is better, and given that the lease is longer, it's possible that the values actually still be comparable to what the EA unit is selling because of the shorter lease that they have, and of course the conditions too. So I think in most cases they will try to make it into a quid pro quo kind of basis, so there's no excessive cash or excess cash that comes out from it, unless there's certain fixtures that the owner has put in place and actually command a much higher valuation in that case.